Take 2 on the framing walkthrough of your house. Great news, they did not start the installation on Friday, so on Monday and Tuesday, everything should be completely insulated. So I'm glad we could get back here and get this done. So I'm gonna attempt to cover everything that the builder pointed out. I'll review the video when I get home with what the builder did and make sure we didn't miss anything. But we'll start in the kitchen just like he did. This is your pantry, right off of your kitchen and your beautiful California island. This is going to be where your refrigerator goes and the ice maker water line is put in here. Then you're gonna have a little countertop to the right of the refrigerator for your coffee service or whatever you want to do. I don't know what this closet's for. I honestly, truly don't remember what goes in there, if anything. But to the right, they've got electrical in here that will be above your countertops. This is your gas line. So as we go through the tour, anything that we see with this black pipe is the natural gas line coming in. So your cooktop is going to be here. More plugs at the top of the countertop. And I remember him pointing out your hood that goes over your gas cooktop. This is the vent for it, and that is venting to the outside, which is good. That's really, really what you want. Everywhere that we see the orange foam, that is called fire caulk. That is required by code. So they have fire caulked any openings that are in these 2x4s, any holes in the wall, any exterior walls, anywhere we see the orange, that's where the fire caulk is. Another outlet at the top of your countertop, and then this is going to be for your light switches for your kitchen. I believe they're on one more wall as well. So then in the kitchen, we're going to have, it looks like dishwasher on the right side, and your sink in the middle is how this is going to be set up. All right, so now we will move into the family room. But before we do the family room, I want to point out in your kitchen. So we have 6 can lights in your kitchen. That's the silver things that are up here. There's 6 of them. Then the black circles are for your 2 pendant lights. And we talked about this with Bobby. Those pendant lights are actually going to be centered over the island, and they're symmetrical with the can lights. And he wanted to make sure that you liked that and that you were agreeing with that. And you said you like symmetry, so I wanted to point that out again. Okay, now into the family room. The wall to my left is going to be for your TV. And the way this is set up, there's going to be an electrical box here and an electrical box down here. This orange pipe is what's called a chase. So if you choose to hang your TV high, like on a wall mount, then you can run the cable cords, the electrical cords, and everything behind the drywall through this chase and plug it in, and that way you don't have any of the cords seen. Now, if you remember, you got this, they put this in, and you didn't pay for it, and the builder's not going to have them take it out. So this was a bonus. So whether you hang your TV on the wall or you put it on an entertainment stand, you'll have the option of how you want to plug it in, and you can always hide all of your cords. Okay? Mark's doing a circle somewhere.
White foam.
The white? Oh, yeah. So in the windows, they have all been sealed with an insulation foam. It's white. And then Bobby also pointed out these windows have a flashing strip. It's like tar paper, and this cannot be pulled up. So this is going to protect moisture from coming into the house, rain, things like that. So that's been done on all the windows, and this tar stuff is on the inside and the outside, and I'll show you that as well. And again, a ton of fire caulk everywhere. All right, now you've got your triple sliding doors, which is amazing, and they open from the right-hand side and will push all the way to the left, or you can open it from the left-hand side and push them all the way to the right. So that's pretty cool that they go either way. You've got your electric plug in the floor. Oh, and in the family room, we've got 4 of the recessed lights that I remember we upgraded, and they also have the ceiling, so it's the step up, the tray in the family room, and the 4 recessed lights are in the middle of that. Also, right smack in the center is for your ceiling light and your fan, and it is mounted on a truss. In other words, that supports the roof. And that's where Bobby says it'll support any weight that you want to put on there. So, 200, 300, 400 pound person could swing from that and it would be supported because it's based on a truss. So don't worry about the fan and how heavy that is. All right, now we're going to go into your master bedroom. So on the right is the AC ductwork. This is where your return air will be and everything in this closet to the right. Then as we walk into your bedroom, you have a really nice private area to walk in. This is going to be a linen closet on your left, I think. Some things I'm not quite sure about, but I think this is going to be like a linen closet. All right, and now we're into your master bedroom. The back section here where the 2 windows are the bump out that you did. That really made a fantastic sitting room. You've got his and her closets on this wall. Also, that is where the TV would mount on this wall, and you've got your electrical box here. Then we also have four recessed lights in your owner's bedroom. And again, the ceiling is set up to be a tray ceiling. So the 4 lights are there. And the ceiling fan brace is in the middle. And I think he said that supported like 65 pounds of a fan. And most fans are about 40, 45 pounds. The other thing I noticed is that both of your closets have air conditioning in them. And I didn't notice that the other day. So that's really a plus to do that. So when you walk into your closets, there's a light switch in each closet inside the wall that you'll turn on. And what else? You've got 2 electrical outlets on either side of the window in the sitting area. And then I remember Bobby pointing this out. In the corner, Mark, will that show up? This metal. So this metal steel bracket and the huge bolts is what ties your framing into the concrete to keep your house from being lifted up when hurricanes come, winds come, or whatever. So that ties way down into the concrete, and those bolts are in all of these boards so many inches apart, and they're in the corners, and they're in that front bedroom as well. I've seen them in a lot of places. So he was talking to us about how it was tied down. Also, he talked about, they're called red heads, and Mark, you'll need to zoom in on this. So at the top plate of the ceiling, there's like a nail in there that's red, and that red nail is screwed all the way into the roof truss. It's called a red head, and that is what holds those roof trusses down to those walls. So everywhere that a truss hits that top plate, you are going to have what's called a red head placed in there. And the county inspector literally checks every single truss to make sure none were missing. The other thing that Bobby pointed out, and Mark, this is the corner up here. So he pointed out that one of the pieces of wood going this way and then the one coming this way, that they kind of overlapped. Like they weren't butted up end to end, they were overlapped like this. And that gives those corners extra strength to keep the roof down and tied to the walls. So it's, instead of having 2 boards on each, that overlapping almost is like having 4 boards. So I remember him pointing that out as well. Okay, so now we can go into the owner's suite. So again, we've got all of your switches to the right when you walk into the bathroom. Then you've got his and her sinks here. And you're also going to have outlets on the left and the right for hair dryers, whatever. Your bathtub, big garden tub's going to be here. You might want to let that be your first window for window blinds, but that's going to be your garden tub. And this is going to be your shower. Now, although the shower is a step down right now, when it's finished, it will only be a little tiny step down. They have to build this up so that they can put the drain in here. So it will not be as big of a dip as it is today. So again, your shower head, faucet control is going to be here. And then we've got the water closet. Light switches on the right. At the top is the bathroom fan, the vent fan, and it vents to the outside of the house. So if you were to follow that silver ductwork, there's 2 of them there. One is for the exhaust fan in the bathroom and the other's for the exhaust fan in the water closet, and they all vent to the outside, which is what you want. All right, so we can go back through the owner's bathroom and the bedroom. All right, we're back into the family room. And we're going to talk about the dining area. So right now, the light fixture is actually centered. It is centered on the back wall of the dining room, and then it is centered on the side wall. So it's smack in the middle of whatever table or setup that you would do here, okay? Now we're gonna go into the guest bedrooms. So as I walk into the hall, I'm gonna make a left and then another left, and this is bathroom number 2. So you're gonna have your wall outlet here, sink here, toilet is going to be here, and then the bathtub. Now the bathtub is full of water because we want to make sure that the tub does not leak. So they're testing the stopper on it to make sure that there's no leaks at all. So that'll sit there for several days to make sure there's no issues. So that's like a quality control type thing. This is going to be a linen closet right outside of the bathroom. And then we're coming into the room that I believe you have identified as the nursery. So in the nursery, your light switches are on the left. Closet wall is also on the left with a light switch in it. I love that the window is in the corner because that's going to give you 4 walls to put furniture on in this room. Also, the ceiling fan bracket is up here. Again, that'll hold like 65 pounds. Outlets on every wall, and the TV wall, not that little one's going to watch TV right away, but the TV would go here if that's something that you choose. And this is the wiring for the cable for that, okay? All right, the next room that we're going into is that flex space. This is an amazing room. It's got double windows in it. The light switch for the flex space is on the right. The TV wall for this flex space is actually on the opposite side of the wall for the nursery, so it's right here. 2 huge windows and outlets on every single wall. And again, we have a fan brace in here in the middle. So all of your fans, you know, all the pre-wiring is here. Then we're going to go to the third bedroom. Light switches on the left. It's wired for TV here. Another window in the corner, so that gives you, you know, 3 good walls for furniture. Now, I remember that Bobby was pointing out that this is where your gas line comes into the house. It is not flush with the 2x4, so if you were to happen to want to hang a picture in this corner, you're not going to get anything through that pipe. It's steel, so nothing's going to go through it. And I believe we measured, it was like 20 inches from the corner, I think, is where that pipe's located. But it's a black pipe. It comes up. This is where your hot water heater is going to be as well, on the outside of this wall. But this black pipe comes up and it feeds to your dryer box, because that can be gas. And it feeds across to the kitchen for your gas cooktop. So this is the location of it. And I don't remember what these 2 pipes are for. I know they're water pipes, but I cannot recall what they're for. Okay, no big deal. Outlets on every wall, and then the closet as well. So let's just take a shortcut through the 2x4s and go to the laundry room. So the laundry room is right across from the garage, and in the laundry room we have the utility sink that's stubbed out. You can upgrade that later or add one later. Washing machine will go here. There's a plug for your washing machine, and then this is your dryer. And remember, it's either gas or it's electric. And then this is the vent stack going up to the roof for your dryer vent. Sure sounds like somebody's coming in here. We've got a light switch in the laundry room, and there's going to be a panel box in your laundry room as well. This is going to be where your low voltage comes in. In other words, your cabling for your house, all of your, you know, your Comcast or Xfinity cable is going to go in here. If you were to put in a security system, all of these wires are for all of those things that you would hook up eventually. So at the final walkthrough, there'll be a cover on this and all that, but this is like your central station for the low voltage wiring, not for the house wiring, all right? So now we're in the foyer, and we're gonna go over to the additional bedroom that you added at the front. So again, we have a light switch and a plug. We're in the front bedroom. Again, it's got a fan brace in here. And this is where your house where the electric comes into your house. So this huge gray, it's not moving at all. This is the main source of the electric coming in. On the other side of the wall is the meter, okay? So your electric comes into here. This piece of rebar, oh, I'm going quicker than Mark is. I think dragonflies are good luck. There's a huge dragonfly in here on the window. Wow. Hold on. Yes, I'm letting him out. Fine. Okay. So this piece of rebar, which is cemented in all the way into the concrete, is actually what grounds your house from lightning hits and things like that. So they have a piece of copper wire that's connected to the rebar with this big bolt. So what happens is if a lightning bolt were to hit the house, it's going to ground it. The lightning bolt could break this copper wire, but it will not get to all of the other electric in the house. In other words, start an electrical fire that would move through this. This prevents that from happening. Now, there's a big hole in the wall here, and the reason that's here is because once there's insulation and drywall put up in here, if, God forbid, your house got hit by lightning, the electricians would be able to come through this hole on the outside, and again, it's right by your panel, your electric meter on the outside. They would be able to come through this hole, fix the copper wire that prevented your house from, having an electrical fire, and you would have everything back up together again. So that's the purpose of this little section here. Again, I remember talking about this big old gray cable is pushed far enough back. You're not going to get a nail in that wall because none of your nails are that big anyway to hang a picture. This is where all of your cable services are coming in, your internet feeds, things like that are coming in here. And this is all accessible from the outside as well. So they come in here, they feed to the main panel in the laundry room, and from there they are dispersed out to everywhere else in the house. So Mark, I forgot to show them their wiring for their speakers in the family room. So we're going to go back to the family room. Oh, I forgot to show you the extra bathroom too. So this is going to be your shower. Now what I really like is when you walk into the shower, the control, the hot and the cold and everything is here, but the shower head is on the right hand side. I love it when they do that. So that way your arm doesn't get all wet or you get burnt while you're trying to adjust the water. You do that in the back. This will be the toilet. This will be the sink. Again, you've got your light switch here, your power plug there. And again, your bathroom is venting to the outside. So that's what that big box is, and the ductwork is going to the outside of the house. Thank you, Assistant Mark. Now, they pre-wire for surround sound in the family room. So what they've done is the small white wires up here are for speakers. So in the future, if you wanted to install, this would be like front and center channel speakers, they zigzag the wires, and I'll come back and take a still picture of it as well, but they zigzag those wires so that when you're going up in the ceiling and fishing for a wire, it's much easier to find them. So what Mark is showing you now would be for the rear channel speakers. So all of that is your pre-wire, so we'll be able to gauge where those are when you're ready to install your stereo. All right, so now let's just go backwards. We'll go out to your beautiful lanai. This is your gas stub out for a grill, gas fireplace or whatever. And be sure if you get a grill that you get a grill that is set up for natural gas and not propane. And there's something in it that they change out to do that. So you just want to make sure that your appliances, your dryer, all that, they're on natural gas, not LP or liquid propane. Then you've got another outlet out here for TV or whatever. And this fan brace that's up here, Bobby was able to determine, you can see it, that fan brace is on a truss as well. So again, that will support a whole lot of weight, which is all very good. Now Mark, we're going to go down this side of the house. So this is more of the tar seal that's around all of your windows. It's under it, it's all around the sides. Again, it's all to prevent the water from coming in. Even in the top corners, they have put that tar seal over the house wrap. So this house is going to be, you know, watertight for sure. This is an outside for your hose. It's a hose bib. So that'll service the back. I'm getting in the grass. All right. Of course, your electrical box, and this is the hole that I showed you when we were in that front bedroom. So there'll be a cover on that hole, but right there, it's the copper line. So if they need to fix it, they can go right there to fix it. So this is for your electric. This is going to be your main disconnect for the whole house on the outside. I put a little lock on there eventually. And this is interesting. This box right here, you'll have this electric on the outside. It'll be fantastic if you want to put Christmas lights in. It's a great plug for that. But when the contractors start coming in and they need electric for everything else that they're doing inside, they will plug into this, and this will be the source of the electric for all of the contractors to do their work. And then you can use it, you know, for whatever you need as an outside outlet. This is pressurizing the interior plumbing of the house. So right now it's under pressure, and they're making sure that there's no kind of leaks or anything like that. So that's what's going on there. Here's your cables for all of your low voltage, your internet and phones. Who uses phones anymore? But that's what all of this is for all your low voltage wiring. In the front of the house, this is going to be your plumbing clean out. So this is your sewer clean out, which goes to the main sewer line. So if anything were to be clogged or whatever, this would be the first place that the plumbers would go to look. This will be cut off once landscaping comes in and everything. It won't stick up this far, and then eventually your bushes and shrubs will cover it. So that is for your plumbing. The front door, I'm going to close it, but this is the special front door that you ordered with the 3 lights on the door at the top and then the 2 windows on each of the side panels. It's gorgeous. So I really like it. And you also have an electrical outlet on your front porch. Okay, we'll go to the garage now. So in the garage, you have GFI outlets. You have these in the bathrooms too, but you're going to have an electrical outlet with GFI here, and I think that's the only GFI out here. More outlets. They did a ton of outlets out here. You can see these brackets that I was telling you about because the light is better. So you can see where they're placed in the corners. This piece of rebar is the same as the piece that I showed you in the bedroom, but when they build the house, they never know which side of the house the electric service is coming into, so they always put it on each side. There's not going to be any copper attached to this or anything, and it'll be hidden behind the drywall once they finish building, but that's why it's there. This is for your water softener, your cold water coming in. Some water softeners apparently require a drain line and some don't. So you have a drain line here. If that's the type of water softener you end up choosing, you'll have it. And the electrical for plugging it in. On the other side of the garage is your electric panel box. So this is where everything comes in for all of the electric work. You can see the big, huge gray cable there. Your light switches are here when you walk into the garage. This is your doorbell, and the back working of the doorbell is actually that gray box that's up there. There will not be a cover on that box. There's not supposed to be, because it takes the, I want to say 110 volt that comes in, and it breaks it down to only be like 9 amps. And that does create a little bit of heat, so they don't put a cover on that, but that's just for your doorbell. It's gonna be open, don't cover it. Your attic access to your garage is gonna be right here in the front. So, you know, eventually if you wanted to put plywood up there and nail it down, you could have some attic storage. Yeah, there's quite a bit of access actually. Oh, and there's a light up there too. So there's a switch, and then there'll be a wall mount light. So when you get your ladder and put it up there, you'll have that. Or if you install stairs later, you'll have that. Also, in your laundry room, I forgot to tell you this, but in the laundry room is the control for your tankless hot water heater. So anytime you need to adjust the thermostat on that, you go to your laundry room. Most builders put that in the garage, so I'm glad to see that they put it inside the house. Let's go to this side on the outside, Mark. So you've got a hose bib at the front of your house for washing cars or whatever you need to do. This is your gas coming into the property. And my guess is this is the main water supply. Those are those two white pipes we saw. I think this may be the main water supply into your house and where the shutoff might be, but I'm not positive. I'll look back through the videos and make sure of that. Up in the eaves, so let me see if I remember this correctly. The vents that are not insulated are for like your bathroom vent fans. Oh, these vents. So your AC system is set up to be able to bring in outside fresh air when it needs to. And the vents that have the insulation around them are for that AC to be able to transfer in that fresh air in and out. And that is a very, very good thing. Not all AC units bring in that fresh air. They're doing it. That's fantastic. So again, more bathroom vents up here. Now, Bobby pointed out the water with major rain every single day and how it's done this. So when they come back and they do the final grade on the house, and it'll be the last thing they do, they will accommodate that grade so that you don't have any type of erosion and that you'll have the proper drainage to run all that water off the back of your